So, sir, how did this project come about?
Well, like many great things in life, it comes back to baseball. So Beto and I first met during a Sandlot baseball game. My team from Austin, his team from El Paso, and they had a lanky center fielder with a name I hadn't heard before, and he happened to be a U.S. congressman, and he had announced he was running for Senate about 6 weeks before then. So when he got up and spoke, it was clear how amazing he was, and when he outlined the kind of campaign that he was going to run, that sounded like a special film to make.
So how was it following around a politician in the sense of a documentary filmmaker?
Yeah, so we followed him for 12 months. We shot 700 hours of footage, and we were in crowds of 12 people, and then by the end in crowds of 12,000 people. We were shooting in the pouring rain. We were shooting in 110-degree weather. We tried to keep up with them while they literally sped across the country. A lot of speeding tickets happened, and we just did our best to keep up with them. But it was special to be around the energy that was out there on the campaign trail, the feeling of hope and kind of reinvigoration of democracy. That was really special to be around.
Very cool. And oftentimes documentaries kind of find their story in the editing room. Did you find that to be true with this project, or did you kind of have an idea of where you wanted to take it?
That's a great question. So we started editing the film in May of 2018, which was 6 months before the election. And we did that because I knew we wanted to turn this film around quickly to have it ready for South by Southwest, where we premiered, and here in Dallas in April. And the only way to do that was to start editing early and be ready to sort of turn it around. And what I learned as a filmmaker from that was that by editing early on, we were able to have a better sense of what do we need in these closing couple months of production, as opposed to like, let's just shoot every last thing all the time. And my editors really are story partners with me, and we would talk every day. And the editing of a documentary is really what takes it from good to great. I mean, that's the special sauce, and I am lucky to have such great editors.
Very cool. So Marcel, being a part of this film, how has that inspired you in your run for city council?
Yeah, so obviously through the length of just the time that I spent with David and the crew, I grew a lot and became more and more passionate about just my city. I would travel the country and saw issues, or looked at gun violence from a like kind of outside perspective almost, and was kind of like, I felt like I was abandoning my hometown by not being there and making change only in Houston. And so I wanted to go back after the election season and make sure that I was dedicating the rest of my time and the rest of my energy while I could and while I really felt inspired to my city.
Very cool, very cool. And one last question for you gentlemen. So what would you say to any college filmmakers out there looking to get a start, get into the industry, make movies?
I mean, just start doing it. Don't wait around. I think for me, the magic of documentary filmmaking is that you can get out there and start shooting something small now, even on your phone, on your iPhone. There are shots in this movie that I shot on my phone. And I think as opposed to a narrative film where you might have to write a script, get the money together, then you're going to shoot during this time, a documentary is a lot about like rolling the snowball and having it amass. And so my advice is to just get out there, learn it by doing it, and just start. Yeah, take the first step.
Very cool. Well,
my advice is to be like David. That's all it is.